the non-agreed child support review order. The main concern, Your Honor, is the current child support. The state and Miss Mayfield agreed to the guideline amount of $806 each month beginning first day of March 2025. However, Mr. Chandler would like a deviation from that. I think he would agree to that the guideline amount is that amount. It's just that he believes there should be a deviation based off of the fact that so I should note for the court, Your Honor, that state understands that he actually lives. So his formal residence is in South Carolina, but he works in Kuwait as like a Department of Defense contractor, I believe. So at his formal residence in South Carolina, he says that he takes care of a different child outside his case and the different child's mother, and that he says he expects child support soon from them, along with another outside child in Georgia. The state's position on that, Your Honor, is that we did give him credit for 2 outside children in the non-agreed order. And he also claimed at one point that he was in like Homeowners Association like meeting, like they were gonna try to see if like he had owed some money to them, and he wasn't sure how that was gonna turn out, that maybe he might need to do repayment on that. But besides that, Your Honor, like I said, state asked for guideline, and I believe Miss Mayfield agrees with that. I believe all the parties agree on everything else in the order as is.
All right, and you said the guideline amount did include the 2 children he's talking about, or two other children, to your understanding?
It includes the 2 children he's talking about, Your Honor, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, well let's get him under oath and let's see what we're talking about. I've never had someone ask for a deviation based on the Homeowners Association. That's a different one. Well, we'll see if that's actually the case in this one. All right, so okay, Martel Chandler and Ashley Chandler, correct?
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, Mayfield. She's Mayfield now. Okay, got it. All right. Here you go, folks. I'm getting ready to call your case, so you need to unmute yourselves and turn on your video. Thank you.
And Mr. Chandler, press *6, I believe, since you're on the phone, I think.
Hello? I'm on the video.
Oh,
Okay,
all right.
well.
All right, we got you. All right, this time, the court's on the record, and this is Bell County cause number 256,378. This is the interest of Chandler minor child, non-custodial party being Martel Chandler, custodial party being Ashley Mayfield. This matters before the court on a non-agreed to petition to confirm child support review order. The court is taking judicial notice of the court file. Note for the record that both parties are present, that both parties signed the waivers agreeing to be here. And the state has given the court a preliminary information as to what he understands the agreements and non-agreements to be at this point and the circumstances. But however, I'm going to go ahead and let the state call both parties and get them as witnesses, and we'll confirm one way or the other what we're looking at. But my understanding is this is a request for deviation from guideline child support. Here's the thing, Mr. Chandler. You weren't here for the morning speech. I understand you came in late. So the bottom line is, sir, child support in the state of Texas is based on a percentage of your net income. That's considered to be in your child's best interest going forward. And if you're asking me to make any changes to that, the burden of proof falls on you to show the court why that is legally justified. And I got to hold you to the same standard to make an argument as if you graduated from Baylor Law. All right. You're your own lawyer. So that's this, and this is a court of law. And that's the standard we're looking at. So the court's looking at ordering child support based on what the state legislature says I'm supposed to order. And if you want something different, like I said, the burden of legal proof falls on you to show the court why I should do that, and it is in your child's best interest. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and swear you both in, let the state call you as witnesses, and we'll take it from there. So at this time, Ms. Mayfield and sir, please go ahead and raise your right hands. All right. You both solemnly swear or affirm your testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you.
Yes.
All right. You're both officially on oath. And I'm thinking the last order in this matter as an old one is from 2014. Is there anything between 2014 and now, Mr. Welch?
As far as I know, the last order was 2014, Your Honor.
All right. Well, okay, it's been a while, so let's go ahead and get this one done then. Thank you very much. At the end of the hearing, folks, I'll go ahead and let the state call you as witnesses. At the end of the hearing, if there's anything that didn't come out that you think should have come out that's pertinent to the court making the proper decision here today, I'll allow you to give the court that information. But this time, I'm going to let Mr. Welch ask you individually questions. Listen to the question, answer the question. Don't go outside the boundaries of the question. Just at the end, like I say, at the end, if there's something else above and beyond that, you'll be able to tell the court, but don't just answer the question, just ask. So at this time, Mr. Welch, call your first witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ashley Mayfield. What is your full name?
Lee Antoinette Mayfield.
What is the full name of the child in this case?
Autumn Marie Chandler.
When was Autumn born?
February 15, 2008.
So how old is Autumn?
She just made 17.
All right, and just to make sure, could you hear my opening statement?
Yes.
Was it accurate?
Yes.
All right. So now just focusing on the contested issue. Do you agree to current child support amount of $806 per month starting the first day of March 2025 that Mr. Chandler would pay?
Yes.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. I'll go ahead and let the state come back. I'm sorry. I'll come back to you in a moment. I'm gonna let the state call the next witness. Let's get some information for the father, and then I'll come back to you and see if there's anything else additionally we need to know. But at this point, my understanding is you are asking for guideline child support based on what the calculations are that the state has presented, and everything else you're in agreement with. Is that correct, ma'am?
That's correct. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll be back in just a moment. Mr. Welch, call your next witness, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Martel Chandler. What is your full name?
Martel Chandler.
All right. And could you hear my opening statement?
Yes, sir.
Was it accurate?
Yes, sir.
All right. And so focusing on the contested issue today, why do you disagree with the guideline current child support amount of $806 per month starting March 1st, 2025?
The only reason why I'm disagreeing, like you had said before, I'm currently in litigation in the state of South Carolina with my Homeowners Association. They currently have a lien on my house. I'm being represented by a pro bono lawyer due to me being a veteran, and I'm trying to keep my house, and they're working out an amount that I'll have to probably pay back soon. It could range from $500 to $1,000 a month. I owe over $10,000 plus on this homeowners association. And like I said, like you stated before, my son and his mother currently live in that home. And if they are to take it because I'm not able to make payments if they agree, they won't have nowhere to live. So in order for me to ensure that I can pay that payment until she's able to find a new place to live, I am looking for a little alleviation with the child support. I have no problem paying child support, but I'm just trying to ensure that I can still maintain a place of residence for my son and his mother until they're able to find a new place to stay.
And so just to make sure, so are you at any HOA, Homeowners Association, meetings right now, like today?
It's not a meeting. I'm being represented by a lawyer. I've just been exchanging emails with her over the past few weeks. I haven't heard back from her in a couple of weeks. I think the last time I talked to her, I sent her my offer letter as proof of me getting a bonus to be able to pay the amount I owe back in full, so I can get the lien removed. That way I can sell my house by the end of the year. which would eventually alleviate a lot of financial burden on me.
So where do you, so I understand that your formal address may be that South Carolina residence, but where do you live right now?
I live in Kuwait.
And what is your job?
I'm a D.O.D. contractor. I work IT with arson.
So how many houses do you have?
Just the one.
So if that's the case, how do you live in Kuwait then?
The company provides me with housing.
When's the last time you've seen the child in this case?
Her last birthday, last year, I want to say. We all did a trip in Cancun.
So how often do you get to visit with the child?
Uh, as often as I can. I'll admit that that was the first time in quite some time. I usually come home like once a year um, to handle any affairs in the States and to see my other two kids as well.
And just to make sure, do you understand that when we calculated that guideline amount, we did give you credit for 2 outside children,
Yes,
including
sir. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, including the child I believe you were talking about?
Yes, sir. I'm aware.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Hey, sir, how long you been working in Kuwait?
Uh, it, I've been working here since December of 2023.
All right. And what's your and what do you what's your salary, sir? Or what's your annual salary?
I want to say around about 100,000, give or take. I mean, they include my bonus and a lot of other things that I don't directly get into the salary.
All right, sir. And do you get a certain portion of that salary tax free because you're working overseas?
No, sir, I still pay taxes.
Yeah, on 100% of it.
I pay federal taxes, and I don't pay uh, any state taxes because I put Texas as my using my mom's address.
What I'm curious about, sir, and again, I hadn't had to look at this in a while when we were doing this a lot more when the things were a little bit more hopping over there. But a certain percentage of your income is considered tax free because you're working overseas at all, sir.
I believe so, but when I do my taxes, I still have to pay taxes back.
Oh, I
So,
understand that, sir. Did the state
right.
do guideline child support based on taxes on 100% of his income,
Uh,
Mr. Welch?
no, Your Honor. We did it. His gross monthly resources are a total of $6,111.50. Out of that, Your Honor, 1,000 of which is non-taxable.
Okay, that doesn't sound right. No, that 1,000 is that non-taxable VA disability?
Uh,
You get a VA disability, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, well, see, under federal law, it used to be the first $80,000 you make overseas, you don't pay taxes on. But I know that's changed and gone up since the war was in full force and swing. That's why so many people did it, because so much of that first $70,000-$80,000 was not taxed by federal income tax. And that's why I'm asking them questions about that, because it sounds like y'all included federal income tax for his entire salary, and I'm not sure if he pays income tax on his entire salary, sir.
uh, I was unaware of that, Your Honor. Uh, I'm not sure, Your Honor, why only the 1,000 of which.
Well, that's his VA. That's gonna be his VA. And but I think y'all may be I think the math may be really, really off on this one, guys. And I hate to be the one to do it, but I'm the gatekeeper, and the gatekeeper used to be a tax guy. So it's 6:15 in the evening. I really hate to do this, but I'm thinking the state's math is wrong on this one, sir and ma'am. So I've got to, does the state have a copy of his 2023 income tax return?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have a copy of any of his most current pay stubs?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I mean, sir, all that was well, this is a child support review order, so it's a little different. Here's the deal, sir. Again, it doesn't. You don't seem to know whether what your tax rate is at this point. I haven't looked at something like this in a while, but I don't think, like I said, there's a certain amount that you don't pay United States income tax on, and the state is giving you credit for paying United States income tax. So that's going to change your child support amount around. I understand you got special circumstances dealing with with your homeowners association, your HOA, but that's not that's usually not a factor in child support. That's an asset that you have. That was if you're paying back arrearages, then again, that's probably going to be on you, and I can't really take from your child for that. But I don't want to shortchange anybody. I don't want to overcharge anybody. But I think the state may have not gotten this right as far as the amount of income tax they were giving you credit for, sir. So I really hate to do this to you guys and make y'all come back for a special setting or where the state, where we can get a copy of everything, where I can make sure the math is right. But right now, I don't think the math is right. And ma'am, I'm thinking you may be entitled to more money. And Dad, obviously that's going to put you in a even bigger bind. But this is there hasn't been a child support order in 10 years. The child's already 17, so it's only going to last until when she turns 18 and graduates from high school. So the norm is when I don't have an order that I hadn't had an order that long ago, I order child support at the full amount at the amount that the law requires me, because it's only going to be around for less than 2 years. Ma'am, when's the child graduate from high school?
She'll be a senior next year, 2026, May 2026.
Okay, so this is going to be this child support's only going to be around for another 14, 15 months. So again, I'm looking at what I had to order, and based on what I'm hearing today, I don't think it's accurate. So what I'm going to need for you to have to do, sir, is we're going to need a copy of your pay stub for your last one of 2024, and you haven't, have you filed your 2024 income tax yet?
No, sir.
All right, then. Did you file your 2023?
No, sir. I'm filing that with my 2024.
Okay. All right, then. Well, I'm going to let this. I'm going to have to. I hate to do this and make y'all come back, but I'm going to have to let the state reset this one. I want the state to look into to see whether or not the again, and judge doesn't keep up on tax law like he used to. But my understanding is that overseas credit is still there, especially for contractors. So I want to see exactly what your income tax is, sir. Because if the state is giving you, if you don't have to pay income tax on that first 60, 70, 80,000, 90,000, I thought it was up to 100,000 plus by now, but it may not be. The state's going to have to recalculate the child support and show what it is. And again, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot higher than it is right now, sir. And I'll give you the opportunity to get your ducks in a row and tell the court any other reason why the court should deviate. But you heard my reasons for keeping it where it is, because we're only looking at another 15 months at the max. And you know, the math's the math, unfortunately. So
yes, sir.
I'm looking at doing this as a reset. I'm looking at setting you guys up as a hearing by yourself. This is a non-agreed to child support review order. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor. And
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and make a temporary order. That way I can set this out in more than 30 days. Because I don't want to run across that problem where there is a deadline on me having to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a temporary order. I am going to go ahead and, based on the circumstances here, I'm going to set up a temporary order and set everything up as agreed as a temporary order. But I'm going to go ahead and order temporary child support based on the state calculate that $840 a month to start the first day of April 2025. But I'm going to bring you guys back before the beginning of May on a special setting. You're the only case I'll hear. You're, sir, how far ahead of you of us? How far ahead are you over in Kuwait now? What time is it there right now?
It's 3:19 in the morning.
Whoa. All right, so I'm gonna get you as early as possible. So yeah, that's okay. So it's 6:19 here. So that's 9 hours difference. So it's still gonna be at night, but at least it's not gonna be in the middle of the night. So let me see what I got in April. And I'm gonna give the state the opportunity to do their research, to give you the opportunity to either talk to legal counsel or to get whatever you think is necessary to come back in and tell the court why you need what you need, and hopefully by then you may even have a solution to your OHA problem. But let me bring up my calendar and I'm looking for a special setting for you guys. Can you make Friday the 25th work, ma'am?
Okay, that's fine.
All right then, folks, because the next order after that's not going to take place in the 1st of May anyway, so we get that covered. So, Mr. Welch, I'll give you I'm going to go ahead and do a special setting for that date. I'll get the Zoom code out and we'll get this one set up for the folks to show up at 9 a.m. on that Friday, which I do 9 a.m. hearings on Friday, so that makes it a little better for me. And I'll let the state do their research. And sir, it's paramount that you get the court those pay stubs. And so again, I'm looking for the last one for the year 2024. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, then that's the one that's going to control. So that has to be done. And I'm making that part of the court order that the state will that has to be to the state in conformity. Let's see, this is the 4th of March. So that has to be to the state on or before the 5 p.m. on the 5th day of April. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And I'm making that part of an order for discovery. So I know that doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it has legal ramifications if you don't get that in by that time, sir. All right. All right, folks. Again, yes. My apologies, but I thought the gentleman was local, and I know we since the overseas deployments have gone down, we don't get many of these type of cases anymore. We used to get a couple of 2 or 3 a week, but those are the tax circumstances. And I want to have those confirmed, and we're going to come back here on the 25th at 9 a.m. and I'm going to make that Zoom code before I leave this office tonight and get that out to everybody. Is there anything else you need at this point, Mr. Welch? Again, I'm making this a temporary order. I'm starting the child support is requested by the state the first day of April, and we'll come back and we'll take care of everything else.
And Your Honor, so the rest of the order, we'll reserve that for final.
But the rest of the order is also the current temporary order, sir. Yes, sir. The agreed to parts of the current.
All right. So basically, Your Honor, basically we're confirming the child review order on a temporary basis, and then
Correct.
adding in the discovery.
Correct.
All right. Got it, Your Honor. I think I'm good.
All right. Thank you, everybody, very much. And I'll go ahead and make that Zoom code, and again, my apologies for the delay, but we have to do what the law requires us to do, and we need that information to do it properly. So we'll get it done. Thank you both very much. I'll see y'all in April, and we're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. So y'all are free to leave now. I'll send you all the DocuSign tomorrow. The reset for the temporary order.
All right, thank you.
For the record, it appears we were back last here, back on the 4th day of March. We did a reset to today's date to allow the state to get some information concerning Mr. Chandler's current income circumstances. At the last hearing, my understanding is that he was employed overseas, and was probably coming in at an amount that's taxed. Well, so much of it is tax free, and that amount probably puts him at the very limit of the child support guidelines as far as the amount we're allowed to look at for figuring out child support. But anyway, the court reset this matter today's date because Mr. Mr. Chandler was requesting a deviation, and the state needed that other information. The court will note at this time, Mr. Mayfield has not appeared. The court did originally came on about 9:04, and Mr. Mayfield was not here. We waited to see if he would show, and it is now 9:24 Central Time, and he has still not appeared. So the court at this time is going to go ahead and proceed in default. So at this time, on the record, I'll ask the state for an open to tell the court what the state's requesting we do here. And is there anything, and then confirm with the mother, and I'll swear her in. This is what she's wanting also. So at this time, Mr. Welch, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. State asks the court to confirm, as is, a temporary amended child support review order, confirmation of errors and modification that was done after our last hearing on this issue back in March 4th, 2025, that we all signed off on. State understands that the only things that the court actually amended from the original child support review order is that you changed the date of the current child support starting to April 1st, 2025 instead of March 1st, 2025. And then you also added a discovery requirement for him to provide his last 2024 pay stub. That's it, Your Honor.
All right, then, Ms. Mayfield, raise your right hand, ma'am. Ma'am, do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you?
Yes.
All right, then, Mr. Welch, I'll have you confirm with Ms. Mayfield this is what she wants, and is there anything else she's requesting at this time? Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Ashley Mayfield. What is your full name?
Ashley Antoinette Mayfield.
All right. Do you understand what I'm talking about? The temporary amended child support review order?
Not really, no.
So do you remember that after our last hearing, the judge slightly amended the child support review order that you had signed back in earlier before?
Yes, I believe so.
And do you remember that I sent you a new order for that
Correct.
from after our hearing?
Right.
All right. So do you agree? I guess we can go through it. Do you agree to?
We don't have to do that. That's not necessary. All right. You can go ahead and I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, we don't have to go through the whole thing again. We've done that already. I just wanted to confirm that this is what she knows what's in it, and this is what she wants. Thank you.
So do you agree to confirm as is, excluding the discovery requirement, what the judge ordered after our last hearing?
I guess I'm a little confused about the question. So do we not include the discovery, or is that already included?
Ma'am, the discovery has already been completed. The discovery was just something for him to give the data to the state, and the state's gotten the data.
Oh, okay.
And so there's no reason for that discovery to be in the final order. That's what they were saying. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Can you ask the question again, please? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know you're not a lawyer, and we kind of talk in riddles sometimes. So go right ahead.
All right. So do you agree to confirm as is, excluding the discovery thing? The order that was done after the last hearing.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, my understanding is right now he's at the max, okay? You can only look at the first $9,000 of net income, and he's above that. That was my remembrance of this matter. So even if he gets an increase, he gets to keep that because he's paying at the very maximum amount that is requested. Now, you always have the right to come back in and ask for something above that, but the burden of proof falls on you at that point, why you need that or why I should do it or why it should be done. But yes, ma'am. But the only thing he's required to do under this order is to keep everybody updated of any and all job changes, position changes. So if he comes back and starts getting taxed again and gets down below that amount, then obviously the court has the right to modify, but that's got to come back for brand new pleadings and brand new hearings. It's just not done. It's something that's not done automatically. Right now, this is your order until a further order of the court.
Okay.
All right. Anything else, ma'am?
No, sir, that's it.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Welch?
That's the witness, Your Honor.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and grant the not agreed to child support review order as is, minus the discovery requirement that was there. So the state was going to prepare a brand new order, making this a final, ma'am, and taking out the discovery portion of that, and that's going to be the order in your court going forward. Ma'am, what's the age of the child at this time?
17.
17. So okay, this is probably the last one anyway. So because they look
Right.
at them every 3 years. But the bottom line is, ma'am, again, this order is enforceable, and the state and will well, they know we got his pay stub. So Mr. Welch, I'm not sure your procedures these days. And I want to be correct if I'm telling mom the information. The state will be forwarding out a wage withholding order. I know that's the norm, but is the state going to be doing that?
Let's see. It appears that we've already been trying to do that. So we already did try and do that last month. So
Okay.
yes.
All right, ma'am. The state's trying to send out an order that automatically has it taken out of his paycheck, sent to the state disbursement unit, and that means sent to you at the once it comes through the system. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right, then, ma'am. When does he graduate from high school?
May of next year.
Okay, and he'll be 18 then, so that's when it'll end then, correct?
That's correct. So does that mean that the back child support will fall off when she turns 18 as well?
No. Anything he owes you still is there, ma'am. In fact, it's going to have to be paid at the he has to pay. I'm sorry, Mr. Welch. The order has a judgment in it also.
Correct, Your Honor. A child support judgment.
All right, see, ma'am. Okay, he has to pay your regular child support each month. He has to pay money toward the child support judgment each month. Once the child turns 18, the entire amount of the child support switches over to having to pay for the any unpaid arrearages at that time. So you'll continue to get that entire amount until that back child support is paid in full. All right.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, anything else at this time, Mr. Welch?
I should note for the court that for the child support judgment, so we have it where he pays that $59 each month beginning the first day of March 2025. There is no what do you call it? A step up for it, but he's only in arrears of, at least as of January 31st, $1,724.87. So it shouldn't take too long for him to pay it all off.
Okay, so I'm sorry, he's not one of those $10,000 guys. Okay.
Well, I do have a question because on the child support website, it says closest to a little over 3,000. So how did they get, which figures are we looking at? Because we haven't received payments since August of last year.
Maybe it has increased since January, since that date of judgment, ma'am.
Okay.
But we're only taking, what will happen, ma'am, is that so if he's still in arrears afterward, then that's that's not going to go away. It's just saying that basically, starting, that January 31st, he's in arrears of this.
Okay.
So it's not going to reduce or reduce anything that comes afterward.
And ma'am,
Okay.
so long as overseas, it's probably it'll be difficult to do an enforcement. But if he gets back and yeah, if he gets back and once he gets back in the United States, the state can always enforce this. But again, ma'am, no matter what, he owes you what he owes you, and we could always tweak that part as necessary. The court can maintain continuing jurisdiction over this until your child support is paid in full and your and all back child support is paid in full.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Is Ms. Mayfield free to go, Mr. Welch?
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're free to go, ma'am, and we're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you.
You
Thank
can
you,
get a
Your
copy of the new order, ma'am, to review and sign off on by DocuSign, and just do that as soon as you can. Thank you.